Good morning, everyone. Happy first weekend of March, or a happy long weekend to all Victorian residents. Thanks to the Labor Day holiday this Monday. Hope most of you have the day off from work, or all of you, okay? And I've got an exciting or a relaxing weekend lined up. I certainly do. I have my final cricket club game for the season today in the afternoon, so hopefully we can finish it off with a win. And it's also topped off by attending tomorrow night's home and away game, St Kilda versus Collingwood at the MCG at 7:20 p.m. Sunday 8th March, which is what the purpose of this video is about, is to do a preview about it. Okay, before I get stuck into doing a preview, I'd first like to introduce you to my tutoring school that I do at the start of every recording. It's called the Roki School of Excellence. It's an academic tutoring school. Okay, and basically what we do is we offer group classes and private classes or one-on-one classes for years 5 to 12 mathematics, except specialist maths, Western drums, South Indian classical drums, and the octopad, which is known as the electronic percussion instrument. Okay, enrollments are open throughout the year, so if you have a child or if you know of any loved one or yourself who might be interested in enrolling, please do get in touch with me or my wife, and we'll be happy to accommodate you. My wife looks after the enrolments and the admin side of the school, or welcoming the students, whilst I look after the fees and the syllabus side of the school. Okay, so please do jump on board if you're interested. Okay, to the main part, which is the review or the preview of this game, I should say. Okay, massive game tomorrow night, expected over 90,000 in attendance. The biggest, yes, the biggest home and away crowd for a St Kilda game in history, in opening round. If you told me last year at this time, hey Rohit, your team's going to be playing in opening round with the biggest crowd and it's going to be the game of the round, I wouldn't have picked it. But guess what? Fast forward to now, and here we are. Game of the round. There's been a lot of talks, matchups, vibes, buzzing noises, but we're inching closer to tomorrow evening. And bring it on. Okay, I would like to first talk about the key points of this game. Okay, as I first said, the biggest home and away crowd for the Saints in their first ever opening round encounter. Absolutely. We know the Pies supporters will turn up in lots. We know that. Okay, but it's huge for St Kilda. Massive. To play under big crowds, under the MCG lights, where the home of footy is really. St Kilda have gone through a lot of the off-season. For those who followed the trade period in 2025, they were the most active team in the off-season. So there's a lot of riding for this game. We acquired a lot of names with big money. We splashed the cash. There was a lot of talks about the value of players, which I understand. We've got to keep in mind. As spectators, it's easy for us to sit on the seat and be like, oh, okay, why is this player getting paid so much? Why so many? To us, it will look like that. But at the end of the day, from a list manager's perspective, they had to pay that money to acquire such players. Okay? For a club like St Kilda that's not won as many flags, we need to splash as much to get these players, regardless of what their credentials are. We need to get our work done. Okay? When they start winning more flags in the short, long run, then they can consider, dropping the cash. Who knows? There's a lot to factor, guys, in terms of what a club pays players. Forget St Kilda. Not only the history of flags, credentials, the direction of the club, the finance, there's everything they have to factor before making such an offer. So easy for us to sit here and make our conclusions, oh, this player's not worth this much, it should be worth less. That's according to us. But from the list manager's perspective, that's what they had to do to get the players, right? They need to get what they need at the end of the day, right? Otherwise, there'll be talks, oh, they're not, if they do their damn, they don't do their damn sort of thing it'll become. In the sense that if St Kilda didn't get these players, they'll be like, oh, it's a club that's middling nowhere. They're not even trying hard for big players. So you'd rather scrap hearing that and at least fire a shot, which is what they did. So well done. And, it's going to be exciting. Next one. There's no bigger matchup than this one. Max Hall, Windy, Marcus Winhago, and Nasaya, Manganine Malera, known as Naz, versus Nakos, who's Nick Dykos from Collingwood. Collingwood's number one player. That's huge. According to the team lineups, Hall has got the responsibility on Dykos, But knowing Ross the boss, he can shift the magnets around. Last year, it was Windy versus Dacos when Collingwood last played St Kilda last year, and it was a very good matchup. This time it could be one of the three, but it's a massive matchup which really dictates where things go, most of it. Okay, there's a lot of talk about Nick Dacos versus Nasai Wanganeen Malera matchup. Naz having more disposals. Nick Dacos has won a premiership medal. That's all great. There's been a lot of buzz around that, which is expected because both are very talented players. Naz, for those who don't know, wore his first All-Australian blazer last year, only at the age of 22. Nick Dacos has won a premiership at the age of 20, so yeah, from a premiership credential that puts him ahead of the curve, but both are match winners. They can win the game off their boot. Just go back to the St Kilda versus Melbourne game in round 18 last year, guys. 46 points down against the D's, who were struggling. Naz won it off his boot. 4 goals, a come from behind win, a shot on goal after the siren, gave St Kilda a 1-goal victory over the Demons when they looked gone. So Naz and Nakos are match winners. So that's going to be huge, an enthralling contest. Can't wait. Bring that on. The third one, TDK versus Cameron ruck battle, will be a dictating factor to help decide the result. Absolutely. It starts there, guys. Who gives who the first use, or which ruckman gives the midfielders first use, is huge. TDK, as we all know, Tom DeConing, whose brother Sam plays for Geelong, we all know came on big money. A lot of that money was questionable, according to some spectators, but he's on a big deal, and I saw him in practice games, or even though it was practice, very swift ruck work. Love his follow through, and you can see how much relief that provides Rowan Marshall to play up more forward till Max King is back. So who knows, it might go down as a Pat Ryder-Marshall combination from a couple of years ago. Huge one starts there, okay? Darcy Cameron, very talented player, was rumoured to go back to West Coast, but he stayed put and decided to be loyal to Collingwood. So that's going to be absolutely massive. Absolutely massive, that encounter. So number 2 and 3 is huge. 4. Now, I never thought I would say this weeks ago, but the forward line will have the advantage to make it harder work for Collingwood's back line without Moore and Howe. Yep. Yes, they have Braden Maynard, Isaac Quaynor and all. But Moore, when you think of Collingwood's back line, Darcy Moore and Jeremy Howe are the fence of the back line. They can do what their other defenders can't do. Jeremy Howe, that's how you do it. He's the specky king. One of the best speckies in the back line in the competition. Darcy Moore, an All-Australian Premiership captain, a super player. Very soon, probably the tallest defender in Collingwood's back line, I think, 202 centimetres, which is about Max King's height. So a little bit of vulnerabilities there. That's not to say they won't defend the St Kilda goals. They will do everything they can. They got Braden Maynard, but Moore and Howe's calibre is next level. So if they're not there, the others have to step up and make hard work of it. Okay, and this is where guys like Liam Ryan, Jack Higgins, Cooper Sharman can really try and take advantage. Cooper Sharman, for those who have seen, wears number 43. An excellent mark, a very good sharpshooter on goal. Okay, probably not physically as strong as Mitch Owens, but an absolute sharpshooter. Higo has been an absolute catalyst in that forward line, especially when we've had injuries to the taller forwards. He has really stepped up, and if it wasn't for some of his contribution last year, we wouldn't have finished the season strong. So he's a terrific asset. Got Liam Ryan, a premiership player from West Coast, coming in to help. So it's going to be absolutely massive, this one. Okay, this is really exciting. Number 5, Saints fans, this is for you. Be as vocal and loud amongst the Pies fans tomorrow night. We know when Collingwood fans come to any ground in the world, we know what the chant is like. I'm not going to chant it here. There's no need, because I think we all know what it is by now. We got to try and bat or drown that out. Be loud, be as vocal, no matter what the situation is. Show that we are excited for the journey for the Saints. Okay, that's what we are going for. We go and worry about ourselves. That's our focus tomorrow night. And number 6, the vibes of the playing group. Even though I'm not with the playing group, you can see it's amazing with Sinks and Wilkes being the co-captains or sharing the responsibilities of captaincy. Absolutely, 2 awesome players of the team. Jack Sinclair came as a rookie in 2015. This is his 12th year at the Saints. Who would have thought? Great player. And Callum Wilkie has not missed a beat of playing football. When he got hurt in the practice game against Essendon, I thought, ooh, is that buck gonna is that trend gonna be bucked? But it's not. There's no bucking the trend. He's continuing his game tomorrow night. Massive, absolute #1 defender on the St Kilda backline. All Australian player, best and fairest. Great player. Very, very good player to watch. Rarely gets beaten one-on-one, so they're going to be working hard and trying to quell the Collingwood's forwards and their influence. Okay? So I thought really, really exciting game for tomorrow night. And look, these points really sum up where to for tomorrow night. Of course, you all have your own preview points, and that's fine. Now, next one I would like to talk about more is the matchup. So we spoke about Max Hall and Windy and, Nasai Wangan Miller having those, possible responsibilities at Nick Dykos. If you look here, very solid backline. Jack Silvani was concussed in Gold Coast, so he had to pass a concussion test to play for tomorrow, and he did that. Very, very stable backline, okay? Jay Sauce is about 194 centimetres, probably a bit taller than Wilkie. Caminiti, similar height, so 3 big defenders. That's really great. And he got Taru, who's put on some muscle, about 6'3", similar height to Wilkie. So 4 big defenders to help with these, forwards of Collingwood. And he got these running halfback flanks. Yes, Naz might look in the halfback, but who knows? Knowing Ross, don't be surprised if he helps in the midfield as well. So expect him to oscillate between backline and midfield. Very good midfield here. Hall, Darcy Wilson, Windy, very talented. I think I couldn't have picked a better trio for this one, so I think this is really great. Massive to try and keep the ball from the lock it in there or bring it to the forward line. And I love our forward line. Yes, no backs kick till at least round 4, but we've got a bit of good height. Mitch Owens, Sharman and Marshall are the big guys. Okay, they're going to be massive here. Then you've got Filippo, Boxall and Higgins. Higgins is going to be, literally the catalyst to really add to the scoring opportunity. And let's not forget, you got Liam Ryan, who will be oscillating in that forward line as well. So that adds to that. And in the forward and the followers, as you see in the followers, we have Tom DeConey, Flanders, and Jack Sinclair. Okay, that's going to be great. Okay, DeConey, Flanders, and Sinclair is going to be great. And I think their use and their ability to supply the half forwards will be very opportunities to mark and kick on goal will be absolutely massive. Okay, so a very, very stable lineup. Yes, no Max King, no Liam Henry, no Hunter Clark. There's a lot of depth that's not there, but this is a very stable line. And Ross always believes we always try and pick a 22 whom we think will get the job done. Okay, whom we think will get the job done. It's as simple as that. Okay, so it's going to be really, really exciting, and I think it's going to be a really, really electric atmosphere, guys. I think that's what we are set for tomorrow, okay? For those who don't have anything on and who go for the Saints or Pies, get down to the game, show your support, be as loud and vocal as you can. There's no better feeling than that. Show that we're right behind the boys, and, it's going to be a really, really good Kickstarter for the season. And what I love about the fixture, guys, is this is the first time I think St Kilda are playing 2 games at the MCG to open their account for a season. Tomorrow against Collingwood and next week against Melbourne, which is a home game for Melbourne. So no better feeling than that, guys. It's really exciting that they're going to be doing that because we rarely play at the MCG, okay? And if we were to play finals, most of the games, especially at home, are at the G, not at Marvel. So it really means a lot. It's massive. It's going to be really, really exciting. So bring on tomorrow night. I'll pretty much wrap it up here, guys. My next video will be about a review, hopefully talking about a St Kilda victory. And yeah, it's going to be a really good contest. Just can't wait. Game of the round, who would have thought? And yeah, I'll leave it there. Take care. Stay safe. Have a lovely opening round weekend, long weekend for those in Victoria. And yeah, really hope to talk about a victory in my next video. Until then, take care and go you Sainers. Bye-bye.